The Owls on the scoreboard. The 80-yard touchdown run by Dante Hartlow as Adam Crowell awaits back deep for the Panthers. For Partlow, his 4th touchdown of the season, 80 yards. It's 28-7 North Carroll. Here's Tozer's kick. A low liner going far side and picked up at the 9-yard line by Rick Brown. And Rick Brown across the 20 to the 25-yard line where the Panthers get the football for the first time in the second half. High school football on CB3 is brought to you by the Cook Driving Academy, providing driver's education at your local high school. By Carroll Community College, no place so near can take you so far. By Westminster Motors, Route 140 and Center Street. By Wheeler Chrysler Plymouth, serving Carroll County since 1929. By Krause Ford Sales in Westminster and Tawnytown. And by Tawnytown Bank and Trust, with locations all over the county, plus Columbia. From the 25, first down for the Panthers, working left to right here in the third quarter. It's Brown, tries to turn the corner, but Billy Mays is right there to greet him. A 1-yard loss on a fine play made by, yes, the quarterback and free safety, Billy Mays. Again, Partlow, his 4th touchdown of the night, of the season, I should say, his 1st touchdown of the night. He had just 19 yards in the first half, but breaks a big one there. Some more numbers from North Carroll. Adam Crowell, the leading ground gainer in the first half, 10 carries, 142 yards. 2nd and 10 after the no gain. And they toss it back to Crowell. Again, the big ground gainer in the first half almost lost his footing and gets something out of almost nothing to about the 31-yard line. 10:50 left in the third quarter. The Panthers by 3 scores. Gain of 5 on the play. We'll call it 3rd and 5 from the 30. Got a halftime score from Winfield. I know it's tape delayed, but South Carroll 7, Liberty 6 in a close battle between the Lions and the Cavs. The Owls showing a little bit of a blitz. Corey LaPrade sneaking up. And it works this time as the Panthers can't get anywhere. No gain on the play by Crowell. It brings up 4th and 5, and the Owls coming alive here in the third quarter. They get a big play from scrimmage by Dante Partlow on offense, and then their defense shuts down the Panthers. So the Owls get what they need. Josh Bowie on to punt. This time a good snap. Bowie gets it away. Pretty good kick. Comes down to the 33-yard line. Fake reverse, well, not really. It never really developed. On the return for the Owls is Brooks Wagner. And Brooks is tackled at the 36-yard line. Brooks will stay in at wide receiver. Tom Herb is the flanker with Partlow and LaPrade, the running backs. Mays the quarterback. Bowers the tight end. And Wagner the wide receiver. The offensive line, Stahl, Swain, Bartholomew, Smith, and Gibson. Herb comes wide, near side.
Sure.
From the Owl 36, 1st and 10. Partlow, the tailback, gets it out 4 to the 40. Jason Eagles making the tackle for North Carroll. We'll call it 2nd down and 7 from the 39-yard line. This time Wagner comes near side. Partlow gets about 3 to the 43. Hit initially by Eric Wilhelm. So Partlow could become the workhorse for Westminster. Again, in his only game last year on varsity, he had a wonderful outing against South Carroll, scoring a touchdown in the second half. And Westminster's come from behind win over South Carroll to wrap up the 95 season. Mays engineering the comeback here. He's got a lot of work to do. Partlow gets it on 3rd down, and he has a first down across the 45 to the 48-yard line, depending on his progress, his forward progress. But a great second effort by Dante Partlow, and they will move the chains. First down for Westminster from their own 47. Mays to throw, going near side out for Davidson, and the pass is caught. Davidson can break this one to the 10. Touchdown, Westminster. 53 yards from Mays to Wagner, and it's 28-13. Wow. Two county teams going head-to-head. You never know what to expect. How many times have we said that over the years? And the Owls, they have new life. It's night and day compared to the first half. And the Owls now within 2 scores as Brian Tozer comes on for the extra point. All North Carroll in the first half. So far, it's all Westminster in the second half. Here's Tozer's kick. It's up, and it's good. It's a 14-point game. Stay with us. Don't go away. 8:19 to play in the third quarter from Westminster. It's now the Panthers 28, the Owls 14.
Here's you. Here are the college football games you want to see that you can't get on TV where you live. Here's what you'd have to do to see them. You'd have to go here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and of course you'd still need tickets. Now here's a much better game plan. ESPN Game Plan. Lots of great college football games you can't normally see. Sent right to you. Subscribe through your cable operator. See Fridays USA Today for Saturday's game plan.
All the excitement of college football in the comfort of your home on pay-per-view.
Brian McLean back here at Westminster High School. The Owls and the Panthers in a pretty good ball game now. We have ourselves a ball game once again. 28-0 North Carroll at halftime. Totally outplaying the Owls in the first half. All of a sudden, it's 28-14. Little squib kick here by Tozer. Goes by Brown. And Brown's got it at the 10. Looking for a seam. It's not there. He is down at about the 20, or check that 17-yard line. A penalty flag has been thrown back at the 37. Millville Washington making the tackle for Westminster. And Stan Chase gets the word from the official who threw the flag. And got a personal foul called against North Carroll. They'll take it back even further. Now, Stan Chase gave the roughing the kicker signal at the 30s. Where he is at the 15-yard line. The flag was thrown at the 37. Evidently, Tozer got leveled illegally, and it backs North Carroll up inside their 10 to the 9. I beg your pardon, illegal trip. I'm sorry, illegal trip is the call. I was going to say there must have been a rule I was unaware of if they called a penalty on North Carroll doing something to Tozer. That's not the case. Illegal trip, personal foul against North Carroll. Again, it backs them up inside the 10 to the 9. And here we go. Panthers now facing a pretty important drive. All momentum on Westminster's side right now. And the first down carry goes to John's younger brother, Eric Etzel, who gets a couple to the 10. Again, North Carroll 3-0 for the first time in 9 years. Wins over Francis Scott Key, Patapsco, and Lansdowne. The Owls at 2-1 with wins over Woodlawn and Severna Park. A loss to Frederick Douglass on the road last week. This is the Owls' first home game since September 6th, so the Owls are 1-0 at home this year. North Carroll 1-0 on the road. 2nd and 7. On the toss, back to Crowell. A big half in the first half. This time he gets maybe 3 to the 13-yard line. Brooks Wagner making the tackle for Westminster. 7:15 to play in the third quarter. 3rd down and 3 faces the Panthers from the 16. Panthers break the huddle. They send Shaq Crowell to the near side. The man in motion is Eric Etzel as John Etzel hands off to number 6, Adam Crowell. And Crowell appears to be shy of the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down and 2 for the Panthers. And the Owl defense does the job again, stopping North Carroll. Crowd with a big first half. This time the Owl defense doing the job. If you would have just got here a few minutes ago, you would have thought the Owls were rolling over North Carroll. If you would have seen the first half only, you would have thought the Panthers had this one wrapped up. A high snap pulled down by Josh Bowie. It's a high kick, taking a big North Carroll bounce. Herb and Wagner stay away from it as it's down inside the 40 to the 36-yard line. So a pretty good punt with the bounce by Josh Bowie. And here come the Owls from their own 36 with 6 minutes exactly left in the third quarter. Well, Channel 3, we're very happy to announce the debut of a new show. It's coming next week on CV3. It's called Carroll Sports Week. It's going to be on Wednesday and Thursday evenings. It makes its debut on Wednesday, October 9th on Prestige Vision Channel 3. Dante Partlow gets a few to close to the 40-yard line. Looking forward to that. It's going to be a weekly program, a half hour in length. We'll have a different guest every week. We'll recap the previous week in local sports and then look ahead to the upcoming events and have a special feature or two from time to time. Our first guest, he's booked, he's ready. Ed Powelson, the veteran athletic director and former soccer coach at North Carroll. He'll be our first guest. Can't wait for that. As movement at the line of scrimmage, Tim Hackler jumping for the Panthers, but he was drawn offsides, they say. Illegal procedure against the Owl offense. Chris Gibson with the movement for the Owls. So it backs them up 5 yards, bringing up second down and 12 from the 34. Can't wait for that. Ed Powelson, he coached over 30 years, the all-time winningest soccer coach in state history. He's a lot of fun, and we'll have him on our first show. On second down, the pass is incomplete as Billy Mays tries to hook up with Tom Herb. A couple of Panthers on the coverage. Dan Sullivan with Jamel Hogan. It'll be 3rd and 12. A big play from the Panther defense. Eric Etzel in there as well. Penalty flag is down back at the 30. Another flag's been thrown. Lengthy discussion by the officials. It's thrown in holding territory, but after that long discussion, I'm not so sure.
That's it, Lon. Good job. Yeah.
It should be 3rd and 12 right now after that play. The scoreboard says 3rd down. The chains say 2nd down. So we've got to get a preliminary sign from the referee, Stan Chase. It is 3rd down. And the penalty is a personal foul against North Carroll. So a dead ball foul will move the football 15 yards Westminster's way. And now it's a first down. The Owls have it at their own 49. So what was the Achilles heel for Westminster in the first half? Dumb penalties and turnovers. Well, turnovers not a problem for North Carroll, but now the penalties add up. A silly personal foul call, and the Owls get a break. Instead of 3rd and 12, it's first down near midfield. Partlow again. He gets about 2 to the Panther 49. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. North Carroll 28, Westminster 14. And next week on CV3 Sports, our Game of the Week coverage will come to you from Hampstead as North Carroll hosts South Carroll. See it next week on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Tuesday night, our first coverage at 7:30. The Panthers and the Cavs, a game which went to overtime last year. Second down and 9. Mays has some time, fires out, and the pass is almost intercepted. Intended for Brooks Wagner. Adam Crowell got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on. It'll be 3rd and 9. That was the play pretty much that resulted in the touchdown to Brooks Wagner earlier in the quarter, 53-yard scoring pass. We've had 3 big plays tonight, some well-sustained drives by the Panthers, some sloppy play by both teams from time to time. It's been a good ball game overall. It's now a contest once again, a 2-touchdown lead for North Carroll. 3rd and 9 for Billy Mays and company. He works the option on the toss to Partlow. He's got a block, and there goes Dante. He's got track speed, and he's gone. The Owls are within 8 at 28-20. What a comeback being engineered by the Westminster Owls. 48 yards for Partlow. Dante Partlow has two huge runs here, 80 and now 48 yards for the score. Brings his team within 8. The crowd is alive, the folks are alive, and Westminster sideline is really alive as Dante breaks it long. Sometimes you got to go with your bread and butter play or your bread and butter play. You kind of saw it late in the first half. Dante was coming on. They'd gone to him in the second half. And the results are there as the kick is good by Tozer, and the Owls are within 7 with 4:20 left in the 3rd quarter. Stay with us. The Panthers lead it 28-21.
You can't beat this team. They're tough, and their minds are made up. Jeff Lakeham's Westminster Chevrolet Oldsmobile Cadillac Geo is stocked with tough Chevy trucks. CK and S-Series pickups, heavy hitters like Blazer, Tahoe, and Suburban. Jeff Lakeham's Westminster Chevrolet Oldsmobile Cadillac Geo. Low prices and award-winning service. Carroll County champions in truck and car sales. Nobody sells or leases for less.
We've had 2 different ball games tonight. All North Carroll in the first half, outgaining Westminster 266-53 in total yards. All Westminster so far here in the second half, led by 2 big touchdown runs by Dante Partlow. Your Panther deep man, among them number 20, Chad Crowell, with Adam Hughes, but the main deep guy is number 1, Rick Brown. Here's Tozer's kick, coming near side away from Brown to Chad Crowell, who has to fall on the football at the 16-yard line. It's as if the Panthers have forgotten about the second half. They haven't shown up here. Playing very tentatively, without confidence, unlike Westminster, which is a total reversal from the first half. The Owls are within 7. Could be a huge comeback, down 28 points at halftime. A lot of football game left, of course. But North Carroll needs to get themselves a nice sustained drive here like they did when the game began. They took the football and went about 80 yards in their first possession, capped off by the Rick Brown touchdown. The pass from Etzel to Littall, the Etzel run, and the Crowell run. But since then, North Carroll dormant here in the second half. It's Rick Brown, left side. And Rick to the 21-yard line, got about 6 on the play. Rick Brown with 4 touchdowns in the early season. North Carroll will host South Carroll next week. The Westminster Owls will play at Thomas Johnson, the defending CMC champions, picked by many to win the conference this year. TJ, an outstanding program in Frederick County. The Owls showing a little bit of a blitz. It's the fullback, and nothing at all. Nothing at all for North Carroll. Crowell losing a yard. 3rd down, and we'll call it 4 from the 21. Chad Crowell is stopped. 3:15 to play in the 3rd quarter. And a fairly big 3rd down play here for the Panthers. The Panthers without a 1st down in the second half. Time to get busy. They split the backs behind Etzel. He will throw a pop pass out for Hackler, and the pass is caught by Hackler at the 40-yard line. Almost dual possession for a while, but Vince Hackler comes up with a huge play for the Panthers and a 1st down for North Carroll. They will spot the football at the 39-yard line. 1st and 10 for North Carroll. That could have gone either way. Wagner and Herb doing a nice job in the backfield, the defensive backfield for the Owls, but Hackler with the play for North Carroll. This time North Carroll works out of the T formation with a couple of tight ends. Brown was the motion man, and Eric Etzel gets about 2 to the 42. Brian Davidson making the tackle for Westminster. 2:20 left in the third quarter. The Owls are back home against Bladensburg on October the 11th. Also, we'll be hosting Frederick on the 18th of October. 2nd and 8. Brown on the looks of an end around. It doesn't fool Westminster at all as they string out the play and tackle Brown for a loss. Tom Herb, among others, out there to help make the tackle. Davidson also giving credit for the tackle. 3rd down and 8 for North Carroll. Another 3rd down facing the Panthers. They have chewed up a lot of time, though, here in the third quarter. We're down to 1:20 left in the period. Al Schelling blitz. There's movement and flags. Ryan Banks jumping for Westminster, unless he was drawn offside. That's going to be a defensive penalty. And the call from Stan Chase, defensive offsides. So a break for the Panthers. It'll be 3rd and 3 from their own 47. Well, regardless of the outcome of tonight's ball game, it's nice to talk about North Carroll with a streak of a winning nature, a 3-game winning streak. We know about that losing streak a few years back. We all got sick of talking about it. The Panthers got sick of hearing about it. They're going for 4 in a row tonight. Etzel will throw after play action. Out for a wide open, and the pass is caught at the 27-yard line. A wide open Shag Crowell. A big play for the Panthers and a 1st down. There's that play action, the same thing they did in the first half on the Shane Littall touchdown. And a flag is now back at the 40 as John Etzel got popped as he released the football. But a 1st down play for Shag Crowell. And this right now has the looks of a roughing the passer penalty, but we'll wait for the official word. Etzel got leveled as he released the football and got up slowly. He appears to be okay. Personal foul, roughing the passer is declined. They'll take the yardage, of course, on the big play and a 1st down for the Panthers. We've had a few of those penalties tonight, not necessarily roughing the passer, but we've had personal fouls and 1 unsportsmanlike conduct. This is what North Carroll needed, of course, to get themselves some life here in the second half. 45 seconds left in the third. They lead by 7, and they have a 1st down at the Westminster 27. Etzel, Brown, and Crowell behind John Etzel. His brother goes in motion. Inside trap to Rick Brown. And Rick is down to about the 20-yard line. Tom Herb making the tackle for the Owls. A gain of 7 on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 3 for North Carroll. And what could be the game's, or I should say the third quarter's final play. Final seconds ticking off here in the third quarter, and that's going to do it. They will switch sides, and when we come back, North Carroll will have the football at the Westminster 20-yard line, facing 2nd down. Entertaining so far, all North Carroll in the first half, all Westminster so far in the second half. Stay with us through 3 quarters of play from Westminster High School. It's North Carroll 28, Westminster 21.
Driver's education classes are back in the high schools thanks to Cook Driving Academy. Classes are conveniently held from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. or 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at your local high school. Cook Driving Academy provides 30 hours of classroom instruction and 6 hours behind the wheel. We are insured and MVA certified, offer competitive rates and flexible payment schedules, and feature instructors who have all taught with the Carroll County Board of Education. Call Cook Driving Academy at 848-1364 and we'll get you on the road.
Brian McLean back here from Westminster High School for Prestige Vision Channel 3. Second down and 3 from the 20. Panthers now working from right to left in the fourth and final quarter, up by a touchdown. Here we go with Etzel over center. He gives to Crowell, the fullback. And Crowell has what appears to be a first down to the 15-yard line. Adam Crowell. And he's got a first down. First and 10 for North Carroll at the Owl 16. So North Carroll starts to move the football again. A big pass play, of course, to Chad Crowell, keeping this drive alive. John Etzel showing some courage in there, taking the hit as he unleashed the football. And first and 10 for North Carroll a couple of plays later.
Line him up.
Rick Brown going outside, breaks one tackle, now he gets wrapped up. The football's come loose at the 15, and the Owls have it. Westminster has recovered the football. As going outside was Rick Brown, the football was stripped, and the Owls get a turnover break. North Carroll turns it over. And a huge, huge break for Westminster. The Panthers' first good drive of the second half is ended inside the Westminster 15 with the fumble, and the Owls take over from their own 13-yard line. We've seen it all tonight. 11:26 to play. Here come the Owls, left to right. Down 7. To Elspeth Partlow. He gets a couple to the 15. Dante Partlow, a senior, plays offense for the tailback position, does play some cornerback on defense. 44 carries for 244 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first 3 games. An average of 5.6 yards per carry. He got 2 that time, second down and 8. Curve comes wide near side from the eye. This time it's the fullback, LaPrade. Or I beg your pardon, Brian Tozer. And Tozer gets a couple to the 20. It'll be third down, and we'll call it 3. That's been a mirror football game. North Carroll in the first half dominating, and then Westminster taking over in the second half, getting a big break on the turnover as we approach the 10-minute mark. Third and 3, some problems on the handoff as Mays bangs into his tight end, or to his fullback, Tozer. And Tozer on the carry is just shy of the first down. They'll call it fourth down and 1 from the 23, and the Owls will be forced to punt. Some in the crowd want to go for it here, but you don't want to go for it inside your own 25-yard line. So Westminster will punt. I believe Matt Bowers in there to punt it away. He gets it off. A line drive punt, fumble by Crowell, picked up by Brown at the 40, and Brown's got his team. 50, 45, 40, 35 to the 33-yard line. How about that? They don't work on that in practice, but Rick Brown on the fumble picks it up and takes it about 30 yards. They'll spot the football at the Westminster 34-yard line, so the Panthers start this drive in great field position inside the Westminster 35. John Etzel, the quarterback, with Rick Brown, Adam Crowell, and Eric Etzel in the backfield. Vince Hackler's the tight end. Shaq Crowell's the wide receiver. Painter the center. Tim Hackler and Fisher on the left side of the offensive line, with Ryan and Wilhelm on the right side of the line. It's Brown, right side. And Rick is inside the 30-yard line. Tom Hurd making the tackle. They say he got to the 30-yard line. It'll be second down and 6 for the Panthers. Fourth quarter, 9:05 to play. North Carroll 28, Westminster 21 from Westminster High School, and a perfect night for football. Eric Etzel goes in motion. John Etzel wants to throw, gets flushed out of the pocket. Pass is knocked away, and it's incomplete. Pass intended out for number 32, Jamel Hogan. Kind of a wounded duck that time from Etzel. Brings up third down. Getting some pressure on him here in the second half are the Owls. John this year 11 of 16 with 4 touchdowns. Last year Etzel was 38 of 91 for 544 yards, 5 touchdowns and 7 picks. Third down. Inside to Brown. Brown a hole up the middle is inside the 25 to the 22-yard line. A flag comes in late. Brown has what appears to be first down yardage, but a penalty flag has come in. It's a clip against the Panthers. Man, we've seen some real unfortunate penalties against both teams coming at inopportune times. First penalties never happen at the right time, but they negate a first down here. They'll back them up. So instead of 1st and 10, or very close to a first down at the Owl 23, it'll be 3rd down and 13 at the Owl 37. They mark off the penalty from the spot of the foul. Hogan comes near side. Getting a lot of playing time here for Shane Latal in the football game. Etzel the motion man. John with the left hand throws it out. Pass is incomplete. Dropped by Rick Brown. Dante Partlow on the coverage. It'll be 4th and long for the Panthers. I don't think Brown would have gotten the first down because that man, Partlow, was right there to greet him if he was going to make the catch. Brown heard the footsteps and couldn't concentrate. So Josh Billy will punt from near midfield. Herb and Wagner are back deep. A penalty flag is down. Here's the punt. And the catch is made at the 6-yard line. No fair catch was made, which might not be wise. Downfield to make the stop for North Carroll was Tim Hackler. Brooks Wagner got little yardage on the return. A penalty flag is down at the 15-yard line. Stan Chase tells us illegal participation against Westminster.
Inside the 10, you don't catch it. Inside the 10, you don't catch the football.
So a penalty against the Owls.
Inside the 10.
So the flags, the penalty being sorted out here by referee Stan Chase, and the Panthers, Bill Rumbaugh coming on to get the explanation. Bill in his 4th season coming up from Loudoun County, Virginia, where he was a coach for a number of years. Brought in the Delaware wing tee a few years back, replacing Randy Clark. The penalties against Westminster is declined, and a first down for the Owls. They'll take the play, and they won't replay it. What Bill Rumbaugh wanted to know was, would it have given them a first down with the penalty? It would not have. And whenever you pin your opponent inside the 10-yard line, you're content with that, and you take the play. So the Owls take over at their own 5-yard line. First down with 8:09 to play in the football game. The Owls trail by 7. An outstanding football game from Westminster High School. Wagner wide to the far side, Herb wide to the near. From the I formation, it's the option play. Billy Mace is going to be wrapped up for a loss back at about the 3-yard line. Good pursuit in the backfield by Eric Wilhelm, the 5'9", 182-pound sophomore defensive end. There's some young guys on this Panther team. In fact, Hogan and Smith, along with Wilhelm, Zach Smith, the defensive end, and Wilhelm, all sophomores for the Panthers. Loss of 2, back to the 3. It's 2nd and 12. Owls need some breathing room here back by their goal line. And Tozer gets the call. And Tozer gets a few to about the 7, where it's going to be 3rd down and 8 for the Owls. Giving credit for the tackle was Scott Ryan. Big play for Westminster, facing them right now as we approach the 7-minute mark. Still lots of time left, both teams with 3 timeouts remaining. Mays will throw, far side for the tight end, Bowers, who's got it? And Matt Bowers has a first down as he's tackled at the 24-yard line. First down for Westminster as Hogan making the tackle for North Carroll. There's that tight end, Matt Bowers. His brother Denny, a big player last year. Matt stepping right in, wearing the same number. Built the same way, good kid, good size. And a first down. Big hole for Partlow. He could break it again. Partlow is gone. From the 21-yard line, 79 yards for Partlow, and the Owls are within 1. Holy cow. The third touchdown of the game for Dante Partlow is 3 touchdowns now of 80, 48, and 79 yards. That's 207 yards with the 3 touchdown carries alone for Dante Partlow. You don't think they missed him here at Westminster last year? Only played 1 game, but led the way in the Owls win over South Carroll. And now an important extra point from Brian Tozer as Billy Mays will hold. The Owls for the tie. The kick is up, and the kick is good. What a football game from Westminster High School as the Owls engineering a huge comeback in the second half. 6:20 to play from Westminster. It's North Carroll 28, Westminster 28. Stay with us.
Hello, Bill Swaggerty here for Wheeler Chrysler Plymouth. Are you in the market for a quality used vehicle? At Wheeler, we hear you loud and clear. Wheeler has a huge selection of previously owned New Yorkers, Intrepids, Dions, convertibles, and sedans. Wheeler allows only the best quality used cars onto their lot. Each car is clean, dependable, and must pass over 100 inspection points. Wheeler knows that your satisfaction will bring you back. This philosophy has helped them reach their 75-year diamond anniversary. Wheeler Chrysler Plymouth, serving Carroll County since 1921, Route 140 and 27.
Well, the Owls got things going here in the second half. We're all into it. The mascot, the cheerleaders, the crowd. Night and day from the first half. We've had 2 different football games tonight. The Owls dominating in the second half after they were outmatched by the Panthers in the first half. 6:20 left. We're tied at 28 as Tozer gets his foot into it, and it goes through the end zone. Wow. Again, in the first half, North Carroll had 12 first downs. The Owls had just 4. North Carroll outgained the Owls 266-53. Plus the Owls turned it over 3 times. Here in the second half, North Carroll's turned it over once. They've been totally outplayed, and we've had 3 big touchdown runs by Dante Partlow. 80, 48, and 79 yards. The other out touchdown by Brooks Wagner. That was a 53-yard pass play. On the toss, back to Crowell. North Carroll's got to stay in their game plan. Crowell gets about 4. Brian Davidson made the tackle for Westminster. Adam Crowell, 2 touchdowns this year, 47 yards last week. And the Panthers win over Lansdowne. Second down and 6. Hogan comes near side. I got to wonder if Littall is not injured. Littall has not played since scoring the touchdown earlier in the game. It's the fullback. Not much this time. Crowell again on the carry. It'll be 3rd down and 4 from the 26-yard line. Billy Mays helping with that last stop for the Owls. Brooks Wagner checks in for Westminster. Mick Tomachik checks out. Again, 3rd and 4 from the 26. Going outside is, well, the fake to Brown outside, I should say, and Etzel gets the call. And Etzel has close to first down yardage. I believe he's got it. Fooled me for a second as Eric Etzel got the call. And that is the idea of the Delaware wing tee, a first down for Etzel and the Panthers. They come at you from all different angles, different blocking schemes by the linemen. We saw it a lot last week in our coverage of the Western Maryland-Gettysburg game. The Western Maryland defensive players came off the field afterwards just shaking their heads as that freshman backfield of the Bullets ran the Delaware wing tee to perfection and beat Western Maryland by 7. First down from the 30, 4:35 to play. Etzel goes in motion. It's Crowell, the fullback, and he gets about 4. Adam Crowell, number 6. He's a junior. Second down and 6. One of the biggest wins for North Carroll came last year for Coach Bill Rumball. Might have been the North Carroll, the biggest win for North Carroll in his first 3 years. But this year, North Carroll looking for more, off to a 3-0 start. And they were in cruise control tonight, but now we're tied. Halfback option. Crowell will throw, and the pass is going to be incomplete. Intended out for Chad Crowell. Little razzle-dazzle from the Panthers. Doesn't work, and it brings up third down. Again, a good job by the Westminster defensive backs for not biting on that. Billy Mays, Brooks Wagner, and Tom Herb all playing pretty good ball games tonight from the defensive backfield. So 3rd and 6 from the 34. This time the backfield is split. The wingback is Eric Etzel. On the toss back to Crowell. Crowell needs 6. He's coming near side. He's got it and more. Crowell into Westminster territory, tackled at the 47-yard line by Dante Partlow, but a first down for Adam Crowell and the Panthers. A big third down conversion. That time you saw one great running back tackle another. You gotta love Partlow's speed. The kid can fly. You give him an opening and he's gone. Once he gets past the secondary or even the linebackers, you can forget about it. And he's broken 3 long runs tonight. Right now, though, his team on defense. North Carroll working right to left. That's a first down from the 47. Etzel goes in motion. John will throw. Flushed out of the pocket. And he is tackled at the 45-yard line. A gain of 2 yards on the play as Matt Bowers brought him down. Good coverage downfield as Etzel had plenty of time to throw, but nobody was open. We'll give him 1. It'll be 2nd and 9. Jamel Hogan brings in the play for Westminster, or for North Carroll. Look at the Westminster defense. Davidson and Partlow and the guys. 2nd down and 9 from the 45. Hogan lines up wide to the far side. Again, Brown and Crowell behind Etzel with Eric Etzel, the wingback. Now inside reverse to Eric Etzel. Eric Etzel has a first down to the 34-yard line. The Panthers have worked that play from time to time, almost as beautifully as Liberty did last year. Liberty worked that play so well last year. A play that has the look of an end around, and all of a sudden it's an inside reverse. How many times did we see Liberty work that last year with Bill Schaefer, Josh Denning, and Justin Barnowski? We're seeing it tonight with North Carroll, with Brown, Crowell, and Etzel. First down from the 35. 2:05 to play in a tie ball game. And flags are thrown. Eric Etzel began the motion. I think the guard jumped, and he did. It's against the Panthers. So it backs him up 5 yards to 40. It'll be 1st and 15. Again, next week, the Owls go to Frederick County to play the Patriots of TJ on the road. North Carroll returns home to play the South Carroll Cavaliers. 1st and 15. Etzel goes in motion. His brother John looking to throw. Far side. Pass is caught by Brown. And Brown is down to the 28-yard line. Tackle made by Billy Mays. A gain of 12 on the play. It'll be second down and 3. Clock continues to move. 1:25 to play in the football game. Plenty of time for North Carroll. The Owls content to let the clock run. The game has the smell of overtime, but North Carroll is knocking on the door right now from the 27-yard line. 1:05 to play. It's Crowell, the fullback, and Adam gets maybe 2. First down for the Panthers as they move the chains. First down for North Carroll from the Owl 25. And a timeout's been called by the Panthers. We'll take one as well. Stay with us. 59 seconds to play from Westminster. It's North Carroll 28, Westminster 28.
Well, folks, it's that time of year again when the leaves begin to change and it gets just a little bit colder. So join Channel 3 as we celebrate Westminster's annual Fall Fest. Our coverage begins live at 6:30 in the evening on Thursday night as Todd Sadowski counts you down to a week's worth of festivities. Then, after the news at 7 p.m., stay with Channel 3 for live coverage of the annual Fall Fest Parade. It's all brought to you by local businesses and Channel 3, Carroll County's TV station.
Back at Westminster High School. Welcome back. Brian McLean for Prestige Vision, Channel 3. Timeout call by the Panthers. They have 2 left. They have the football at the Westminster 25-yard line with 59 seconds to play. 28-28. Here come the Panthers. Up by 28 at one time. Adam Crowell on the toss. And Adam Crowell is going to be caught at about the 20-21-yard line. Clock continues to run. He did not get out of bounds. 45 seconds left in the football game. Brian Davidson, the tackle for Westminster. 37 seconds, 36 seconds. Time winding down on the Panthers. And now we get a timeout called. Timeout's been called. And Stan Chase will give us the details. Now he's coming over to the sideline to give an explanation to Scott Tobias and the coaching staff at Westminster. They need to add some time to the clock. Right now the clock's showing 30 seconds left. The timeout had been called by the Panthers, I believe. That gives them just 1 remaining. And they will add time to the clock. When play resumes, the Panthers will have the football. Second down and 6 at the 20-yard line. They're adding, I believe, 14 seconds to the clock. The timeout had been called. We didn't get a real definitive signal of the timeout. That's why the clock continued to roll. But they're adding seconds back to the clock. I'll tell you, what a football game. It was all North Carroll in the first half, as we said, as 4 different players got in the end zone. Rick Brown scored, as did Adam Crowell, John Etzel, and Shane Lataw. And the Owls answer that with 21 points of their own in the third quarter, scoring another touchdown here in the fourth quarter. The big game, of course, from Dante Partlow. 3 touchdown runs of 80, 48, and 79 yards. And a touchdown pass from Billy Mays to Brooks Wagner, a 53-yard pass. The other score for the Owls. Just got word they're adding 17 seconds to the clock. So there'll be 47 seconds left when play resumes. The Panthers again calling a timeout. It'll be second down and a long 5 from the 20. And North Carroll trying to get in the end zone here. Right now would be a 37, 38-yard field goal attempt by Josh Bowie. In all fairness, it's probably out of Josh's range. They would probably need another 15 yards to have a legitimate shot at a field goal. North Carroll is slightly into the wind on this drive. It is more of a crosswind blowing from near side to far side, but the wind has picked up, and that'll be a factor in the kick. It does come at North Carroll a little bit here in the fourth quarter. Again, next week on CB3 Sports, we have North Carroll and South Carroll coming to you from North Carroll High School in Hampstead. That'll be our Week 5 featured football game. For Week 6, let's see, we have Francis Scott Key and Middletown. The Key Eagles coming off their big, stunning upset over Smithsburg. They'll play the Middletown Knights on October the 11th. And then we're back to college football action on October 19th as the Green Terror for homecoming take on Dickinson. 47 seconds to play. The Panthers down to one timeout. And here we go from the 20-yard line of Westminster. Both sides, both crowds into it. The Panthers with a nice contingent coming down from Hampstead. It's Adam Crowell, and Crowell is going to be stopped at about the 17-yard line. A timeout's been quickly called, and a timeout's been burned by the Panthers. And that is their final timeout. The clock stopped with 40 seconds left. It's North Carroll 28, Westminster 28. It's a dandy. And we'll come back with the final moments after this.
You can't beat this team. They're tough, and their minds are made up. Jeff Legum's Westminster Chevrolet Oldsmobile Cadillac Geo is stocked with tough Chevy trucks, CK and S-Series pickups, heavy hitters like Blazer, Tahoe, and Suburban. Jeff Legum's Westminster Chevrolet Oldsmobile Cadillac Geo. Low prices and award-winning service. Carroll County champions in truck and car sales. Nobody sells or leases for less.
Back at Westminster, 3rd down and 4 from the Al 19 faces North Carroll. 40 seconds left. The Panthers are out of timeouts. They can run a play here, then attempt a field goal unless they get the first down. They do run the football to Crowell, who stays in the middle of the field. No gain at all on the play. Several L's to make the tackle. Among them was Bo Ridgway, number 70. And 4th and 5 faces North Carroll. Now they spend their final timeout. I beg your pardon. I thought they were out of timeouts. They had one left, and they take it here. When play resumes, the Panthers will have it 4th and 6 at the Al 20. It would be about a 37-yard field goal attempt by Josh Bowie into a breeze. He is out there, and Josh Bowie's foot could decide the football game. If the field goal is no good, the Owls would take over and have 30-some seconds to score. And with the big play threat of Dante Partlow, we are far from over in this football game. The Owls have all their timeouts left. Now we get a timeout call by the Owls. So just as I say that, the Owls burn a timeout, so they have 2 left. And again, North Carroll, by our count, is out of timeout. So a timeout on the field. We'll take a break. Stay with us. 34 ticks on the clock from Westminster High School. It's the Panthers 28, the Owls 28.
We hear you loud and clear.
Hello, Bill Swaggerty here for Wheeler Chrysler Plymouth. Wheeler's proud to be celebrating their diamond anniversary. At Wheeler, we hear you loud and clear. When you tell us you want a fair price for your new Chrysler, we listen. When you say you want selection, we hear you. Whether you're in the market for a Chrysler Sebring convertible, Cirrus, Concord, or Town & Country, Wheeler has what you're looking for. We didn't earn our 5-star reputation without providing the service you deserve. Wheeler Chrysler Plymouth, serving Carroll County since 1921, Route 140 and 27.
Well, everybody's into it here at Westminster High School. The Owls called a timeout to perhaps ice the kicker, Josh Bowie. Bowie will attempt a 37-yard field goal to give North Carroll the lead here in the 4th quarter. 34 seconds left in a 28-28 tie. John Etzel will spot. He puts it down. The kick is going to be way short. No good. And the Owls will get the football back after the missed field goal. Billy went down. There was a little bit of contact made between he and Tom Herr, but no flag, no penalty at all, which is a good no call. And the Owls will get it at the 20. So here we go. Westminster with a chance with 2 timeouts and 29 seconds left in the deadlock. Again, the Panthers scored 21 in the first quarter, 7 in the second quarter. They've been shut out since. The Owls with 21 in the 3rd quarter and now 7 in the 4th quarter to force the tie. From the 20, Herb comes wide near side. Wagner comes wide goes wide far side. From the eye, it is the fullback Tozer. He gets about 3. And a timeout's been called. The Owls burn their second timeout. When play resumes, it'll be 2nd down and 6 from the 24. 23 seconds left in the football game. We will take a timeout with them. Stay with us. The Owls have the football. It's Westminster 28, North Carroll 28.
Wanted for October 18th, 1996 Extreme Fighting 3. House the Pitbull Gracie, Igor Zinoviev, Conan, world champion Bart Bale. An unprecedented 4-weight class event. 2 top Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighters, the top stand-up fighters versus the top ground fighters. The world shoot fighting champ against the world kickboxing champion. The #1 lucha libre fighter in the world versus a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter. Tune in on October 18th, live on pay-per-view.
Back at Westminster High School, the Owls call their second timeout. They have a 2nd down and 6. Billy Mays looking to throw. He's flushed out of the pocket, and down he goes. And we'll see if this is a fumble or a forward pass. Right now, the Panthers have appeared to have recovered, and we'll see what the call is. Was it a forward pass or not? The umpires conferring with referee Stan Chase. And no word right now. And now Stan Chase points 1st down for North Carroll. And the Owls can't believe it. Now the ruling is if the arm of the quarterback is going forward, it is a pass. And it appeared Mays' arm was going forward. It would have been an incomplete pass had that been the call. But instead, they rule a fumble. And Josh Billy will get another chance, this time from the 30-yard line, a 40-yard field goal attempt coming up here for North Carroll, but the Owls call a timeout, their final timeout. So a bizarre ending here to regulation. Things aren't over yet, but Billy Mays, it's ruled a fumble, and the Owls commit their 4th turnover of the football game. North Carroll's committed 1. The first 3 turnovers by the Owls all resulted in points for North Carroll. All 3 turnovers resulted in touchdowns for the Panthers. Billy Mays to an interception to Shane Littall. And there were a couple of fumbles by the Owls in the first half. And North Carroll took advantage of that. They look to take advantage of this. Now, they don't have to kick a field goal here with 13 seconds left. It's 1st down. So you think maybe a fake field goal perhaps. Don't forget the Panthers quarterback, John Etzel, is the holder. The 36-yard attempt by Billy earlier had no chance. And this will be spotted at the 30-yard line. So a 40-yard effort by Billy into a fairly good breeze. So here we go. Again, 13 seconds left. The Panthers lining up in field goal formation. Billy for the win. Etzel's ready. He puts it down. The kick is up, and the kick is no good. Just short from Billy. Had to wait a second there. It was a low line drive, which is what you want to do into the wind. And the kick comes up just short. And 7 seconds on the clock. And I tell you can hear a pin drop on the Westminster side of the bleachers as that ball was in flight. Wasn't quite as close as it looked initially, but Billy almost punched it through. So the Owls take over from their own 20, 7 seconds left. Chances are we'll see Mays drop down to a knee and avoid a costly mistake here in his own territory. And we will see overtime. Last year we had overtime when North Carroll played South Carroll. Each team will get 4 cracks from the 10-yard line, if that's what happens. Mays over center, fumbles the snap. A football is loose. Who's got it? 2 seconds, 1 second, and the clock has expired. The Owls recovered the fumble, and it's a moot point right now as we go to overtime. The Panthers and the Owls deadlocked at 28 apiece. We will take a timeout and come back with the coin toss and OT. Well, we're back at Westminster.